Hey everybody, welcome back. So here is today's top 10 favorite films by letter, and today is the letter D, another hard one. And again, I'm not 100% sure this list would be finalized. I'm just going to go with it because I have to have 10 for the sake of the video. And even then, I just took off 2, and I'm already kind of thinking like, oh, do I really want to take those 2 off? But so for the sake of the video, these are the 10. So first up is the Jim Henson film Dark Crystal. It's a film I grew up on and was one that I completely was mesmerized by as a kid and even still as an adult. It always saddens me to think that Jim Henson was always upset that the film was never well received, and he passed away before the cult status really took hold of the film. And yeah, that's kind of sad. I think he would really be appreciative of how many people really love the film today. And I'm definitely one of them. Next up is Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. Arguably, at least for me, one of the best comic book adaptations ever done for film. And it's just amazing. I mean, you know, let's face it, there's nothing I could say that hasn't been said, you know, by a million other people. This one will come as no surprise because it is one of my top 3 favorite films, and I mention it all the time, and that is George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. It's one of my 3 favorite films of all time. So yeah, I mean, that was obvious that it was going to be on here. And I just watched it again like last week for the millionth time. Like I could literally watch it over and over and over again, multiple times in a day even. That's how special that film is to me. I was going to wear one of my Dawn of the Dead shirts. You know what? I haven't worn this shirt in a while, and it's fitting for the next one, and that is obviously George Romero's Day of the Dead. And I haven't worn this shirt actually in a while. It's a little wrinkly, but that's all right. And the ironic thing is Day of the Dead was actually the one I saw, if I remember correctly. I think I actually saw it first. I think I saw Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, and then Dawn of the Dead. Or did I see Night of the Living Dead? Maybe I did see Night of the Living Dead first. But if I saw it first, it was like neck and neck between seeing that and then Day of the Dead. But I love Day of the Dead. In fact, I've been wanting to watch it again. I think with everything going on, I'm like, I want to watch Day of the Dead. Just watch Dawn, might as well watch Day. So yeah, I love that film to death. No pun intended. Next up is one that I did kind of go back and forth into whether or not I should include it, and that is Death Wish 3, my favorite Death Wish film and probably my favorite Charles Bronson film. It's just one of those that is so over the top and extreme, but I think it's entertaining as all hell and highly, highly rewatchable. Probably one I would maybe not include this on another day. I don't know, I put it on the list and then like I could not find myself to take it off. For today, for the sake of this video, Death Wish 3 is on my list. Next up is John Boorman's Deliverance, a film that I find very intense and very true to, I think, the way men operate in certain situations. Because, you know, even when we're urbanized in a way, you know, and I basically grew up in a city, there is something that I think primal that we do want to go out, whether or not it's camping or hunting, even though I'm not big into camping, but it's the idea of it, of just kind of living off our own means for even just like a couple days and surviving the elements. I mean, that's something that's sort of part of our core. And I think sometimes it gets squashed in modern times in certain elements of the press, which I don't think is a good thing, but that's an argument for another time. And then obviously other elements of the story are very intense and sort of the struggle to survive in extreme elements. I mean, the thing is, for me, the film works on so many levels, and I literally just watched it again just a couple weeks ago. It's just amazing. Next one is Lamberto Bava's Demons, and again, this is another one that I kept going back and forth whether or not I was going to include it or not, but honestly, I love the movie Demons. Again, it's another one I saw as a kid, and it was one of those early Italian horror films that I saw that really kind of made me kind of fall in love with. I became so obsessed as a kid with the VHS box with the demon head on the cover. In fact, I had that video poster as a kid taped to my wall. I wish I still had it. That's probably a poster I would want to pick up, actually, because it does have meaning for me. I don't know if I'd ever put it up, though. But I love Demons. In fact, I kind of really want to watch it again, so maybe I will. Next is John McTiernan's Die Hard. I mean, for me, Die Hard is like one of the best action films ever made. And, you know, I watch it every year at Christmas time. You know, it's one of my Christmas movies. But even then, I could literally watch that like any time of the year. I mean, I think it's amazing. Just on and of itself. I'm saying amazing a lot, aren't I? Next is William Wyler's Dodsworth. And this is a film I discovered maybe 6-7 years ago at the most. And it's one that really just clicked with me right away. I think it's just an underrated classic, definitely one I would recommend, especially I think as some of us kind of get a little older. The meaning of it, I think, becomes a lot more truer to how we are as we age and what things in life kind of mean, how we handle certain things. Turner Classic Movies does show it quite a bit. You know, if you're willing to give that kind of film a chance, I would really highly recommend it next time they show it. And then finally, and this is one I kind of cheated a little bit, and that is Dracula, also known as Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola one. I know some of you were just like, hey, shouldn't that be in your B's? And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of cheating a bit. So it's in the D for Dracula, even though technically it probably should be in the B. I love the film so much, and I think it's one of Coppola's best films. And there's so much going on in the film. It's like absolutely amazing. There, I said amazing again. And it's also a film that taught me early on in film school I was not going to be part of the art crowd. And in my freshman year in one of my film classes, this film came up in conversation with the teacher. I said how much I loved the film, and he proceeded to spend about a good 10 minutes ripping the film apart. It's kind of funny because I'd already talked to a couple other people in the class, and most of them agreed with me. Like, they loved the film. And as the teacher talked about it, they all then sort of agreed with him to go along because they wanted to, you know, impress the teacher. And I was like, you know, F you guys. You know, like, you know, you just told me you love the film, and then, like, you're just going to go along with the teacher because it's not artistic enough for him. That was part of his argument, but it's like, that's okay. I don't need to belong with you guys to be a filmmaker and be confident in the movies that I love. So that's it for the letter D. Definitely another hard one to come up with, just settle on 10 for. So definitely let me know your 10 picks. I'm really loving some of the ones that you guys are picking for some of the other letters. So keep an eye out, hopefully tomorrow, for the letter E. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.